Well, I think it's important, first of all, to realize where these students are at in level three. Um, they are still very, very excited because they are learning at a very rapid pace. Maybe not as quickly as they were in the very beginning of level two, but they still have that excited, they're learning a ton kind of thing. But with that comes a lot of mistakes. So they're always trying out their new target sentences and they make a mistake, or this new reading, um, the digraph they've just learned, they make a mistake. So I think the best attitude that we as teachers can have is to just keep it very lighthearted, let them know right from the very beginning of class that it's okay to make mistakes and that it's part of the learning process, and to show them that we are always going to be there to be very patient and give them lots of guidance as they are practicing these skills for the first time. And this is the level where they're learning the present continuous tense, the future tense, the past tense. So there's a lot happening. And yeah, we just need to be patient with the students and very, very encouraging. Some of the students are kind of perfectionists. They don't like to make mistakes, but it's inevitable in level three. So as we go through and we see that might happen in the class, just be ready with some sort of reward system in place, and also the verbal praise that we give, and be ready to give that all throughout the lesson, especially during those times when it's kind of a struggle for the students.
I think the best attitude to have with your students is just a positive one, and one that's encouraging to them. These students are young, and sometimes we forget that because we're amazed at what they already know in their second language at a very young age, but they are young children. I think just being positive, patient, encouraging with them is just key. When you show them that you're here to support them and listen to them and help them, and when they see that attitude from you, they're willing to try. They're willing to give you their best effort. And it's really, really rewarding to see that. And I just think that just always having that kind, patient demeanor with them is just essential. If that's missing, the lesson is going to be a struggle. So in terms of energy with your level 3 students, I think there are times that's going to vary. First of all, I think energy can really start with the student and their learning style. I think sometimes that sets the tone for the energy. We're always positive, of course, but sometimes I've taught a 5-year-old in level 3 and a 14-year-old in level 3 in the same day. I'm going to approach that differently. That 5-year-old, I'm going to have super excited energy. I'm going to be probably a little bit silly with them. That 14-year-old is a much more mature student. So the energy is going to be different. I'm still going to be positive, but it can also fluctuate throughout the lesson. The warm-up is sometimes goofy, silly. We're carrying on. We're doing the hokey pokey. Practicing that target vocabulary, that's review, and just kind of being silly with that. But then as we're getting into that lesson, I'd say you're probably a little more serious with them. This is important. This is what we're going to learn. This is our, objective. But constantly trying to add engagement in there as well to keep the energy, but also maybe not have that silliness the whole way through. It's really kind of dependent on the activity, again, on the student age, their maturity, things like that. And just I'm going to approach different parts of the lesson differently depending on if this is new, how much I need the student participating, if they're struggling with it. That could vary those energy levels a little bit.
All right. Rancher, here is your first flower. Mm-hmm. How many fingers do you have, Rancher?
I have 5 fingers.
5 fingers? Mm-hmm. How many fingers do you have now? How many? 11? 9?
10.
Oh, 10 fingers. Good. Ready? High 10. High 5. High 10. 5, 10, 5, 10, 5, 10, 5, 10. What is this, Rancher?
Finger. Hand.
Mm-hmm. Good. Read here. Read here.
This is my hand. These are my fingers.